my background, my parents, my mom, she's born in England, and my father's from St. Vincent, and they met in St. Vincent when my mom had moved there from England, and her parents are from St. Vincent as well.
Okay, so my parents are from Iraq. They were both born in Iraq, so that makes me Middle Eastern, and I'm from Iraq.
Seeing him growing up, he didn't really have that much interest in being with a black girl. He dealt with them, but it wouldn't last. It's like when Rose came into his life, he really changed. He started to settle down.
I had a friend, and he had her on his BBM, and I just seen her picture, and I was just so like intrigued by it. I'm like, I have to know this girl, even if she didn't even talk to me, at least a hey or something. So I did the BBM scan, I took his scan and went from there, and from there I just started messaging her. She would read the message, not reply, until one time I had a picture up, and I guess it caught her interest, and she messaged me, and we started talking from there.
In my culture, I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. So if I thought about a boyfriend, if I thought about dating one, it's a whole different story. But yeah, they always used to have one mindset: black guys are dangerous, black guys always, you know, they'll leave and just go. So yeah, I heard all of it. I just went with my guts, you know. If that's what I want, I'm gonna go get it. If I have to fight my family for it, which I did, and I won.
Well, on my dad's side, I have an aunt that's white, and she's white Vincentian. So when I first met her and I found out she's my aunt, my dad's first sister, it was kind of weird to know that I have white cousins. So knowing the fact that I liked a girl that wasn't black, it didn't really seem as a problem to my family. They were more encouraging of it, more willing to learn more about it as well as me.
He did come and say, you know, she's Muslim and born in Iraq and stuff like that, and it didn't bother me because that's her religion. As long as he's happy, they're happy, I'm fine.
Yeah, but my family is totally different. We fought for almost 6 months on and off with my family, because I always used to lie to them and say, you know what, yeah, we broke up, it's done, and then they'll catch me with them again. And then this one time, you know, after me and him talked, and we said, you know what, we're old enough now, we want to move, we want to make, you know, we want to have a family and stuff. So yeah, that time it just clicked. I sat down with my family and I told them, if you're not going to be accepting who I am and who I want to be with, then adios, like I'm leaving.
I think the hardest part is actually watching them grow together, but watching their side of the family accept my son for who he is.
I just left home and then I went to him, and yeah, and then my family called me back after a few weeks to just sit down and speak to me and be like, you know what, this is not how you do it, we're gonna accept him, but you guys have to be engaged, you have to do it the right way. And we're like, okay, fine, because I wanted to keep my family with me, you know, I didn't want to lose my family.
To be honest, I was like, we're still young, and what I truly felt to myself, because we've been together for years, and I just know deep down I'll never find nobody, no matter how far, wide, short, small I search, I'll never find nobody else as perfect as my wife is. It's like we bond together, and even though we're two different cultures, like we relate so much, and there's stuff that she doesn't know that I teach her about, and there's things that she knows that she teaches me about. Man, it's just a good feeling.
Like my dad was, like one thing my dad told me is that if anything, if I ever died, don't ever come to my grave. Like that hit, you know? That hit my soul. So yeah, I just thought about losing my whole family and not knowing when I would lose them. And just one day get a phone call and be like, you know what, they're not here anymore. and like, you know, that will crush somebody. So I overcome it just by doing what they asked me to do, doing the things the right way, I guess. He had to change religion. He had to just participate with me. He had to involve himself with me, and he did it. He did everything I asked him to do, what my family asked him to do, the right way. And you know, you're never gonna find anyone like that to just change religion in a day.
I've thought about it before. I've met a lot of Muslim brothers through networking, and they've always invited me to the mosque. I always had this good energy from other brothers that were willing to show me the right way, the right path of worship, and having this opportunity now to say, hey, if I want to be with this woman for the rest of my life, I have to commit to something, and that's something that I was willing to do.
Converting is a very big thing. What they have to do is just study it, and you go to mosque, just like how they did with my dad, and my dad did with him. My dad took him to the mosque, and they said the prayers, and he basically, like, the guys in the mosque, they basically just blessed him, you know, after praying, and everybody just surrounds himself, you know, make him feel like he's welcome.
Well, to convert, the basic steps were saying the prayer, the conversion prayer, and committing to the mosque.
Converting to Muslim is really easy, but what's hard is to keep it up.
Keep your faith in,
Yeah.
believing what you're converting into, because the conversion part is easiest. Just if you want to take part after that and follow the steps, that's literally up to you. But most of the part is you say the prayer after prayer of Jumam, and then that's about it.
We believe in Allah, and Christians and the rest believe in God. It is the same, but Christian just means you believe in Jesus, but we believe in Allah, basically.
Allah is basically God of all universe, the God of all creations, and we believe that the Prophet Muhammad was his last messenger.
He's the guy, he's basically the second man of God. Just like how there is God and then there's Jesus. And he's the same. God sends him the messages and he sends it to us. As of the rules, what you have to do. He told the Muhammad, these are your people, and you have to tell them they have to pray this amount of time for them to believe in you. So, and so on. What you have to eat, how you have to dress up, why do you have to cover your head. So he was the messenger, pretty much. The God was telling him, and he was the messenger, and he messages the message to his people. The moment you turn Muslim, like, you need to stay there. If you're gonna be going out of your way to want to convert back, then I don't want to say bad things will happen, because there is no such thing. Bad things come to you, but like, you won't have that much luck. You won't have that much faith. You'll start, like, I think you'll start losing yourself, because you don't know what to believe. You don't know what to choose. My family is more strict than his. His family is more welcoming. You know, you guys do whatever what makes you happy. But my family is, you have to do this to make you happy. You have to do that to make yourself happy. Do this and make yourself happy, pretty much. It's this and that, this and that. But yeah, with your family, like, very welcoming. So that's why I was so ready to leave. My parents used to call him and cuss him off and stuff. But it's so weird how it is now. Now I'm under my husband's roof, you know. What he says goes, pretty much.
If you feel that deep down in your heart it is going to be worth it in the long run, don't skip the train. Stay on the train, because that ride is going to take you places where you'll never imagine in life you'll go. That's 100%. And if there's ways to talk about it with your families, I guess try to do it as best as you can. But there will come that point in your life where you feel that you need to make the decisions for your life, for the better of yourself. And if you truly feel deep down it's inside of you, then by all means make that decision.